We had balloons and we had to make it into a tower where it could stay and not fall.
We got to go around the school looking for like shiny stuff, something tall, something short.
We did like a group activity in the classrooms to build our confidence with each other.
Homework time.
Every food chain, like grain, meat, we had to say it without hesitating.
Six Foundation is a group that was put together to identify the most vulnerable communities in the state and identify after-school programs and programs that support the youth in these areas that are having difficulty financially and their ability to grow. A lot of it is tied to education, it's tied to family situations, and we're hoping to go ahead and work with their local community and specifically their faith-based organizations to give those children greater opportunities so they can better contribute to their community as they grow up.
This is heavy lifting when you go into rural South Carolina, when you go into rural communities where you really don't have a strong socioeconomic infrastructure. So we're committed to transforming these communities that have been left behind, communities where hope has dissipated, community where children sometimes don't see a future.
When you visit the schools and you get the opportunity to see the after-school program and the commitment that the teachers make, you see firsthand where the dollars go and how they can positively impact a child's life, particularly when you think about the need to reinforce their learning and their reading skills and their interest in science and math. I think being a part of that is something that I find very important.
They attend 4 blocks. The first block is their homework block, and what we decided to do was put a focus on mathematics. The second block is a literacy block that we implemented. Third block is their lunch block, where they have their snack and we have the music going and they interact with one another about, anything from what's going on around school to what's hot on Facebook. And then after social time, we lead into our final block, which is our character building block. And that's when we're able to implement the various different lessons on building character, learning about integrity, and those type things.
I think the favorite thing is the dancing. I think they also enjoy the tutorials that we put together because it's tailored for them and it's meeting their needs, and they take it back to the classroom and they take it home with them to get their homework done.
Every kid that I teach math to, when we gave a progress report, every one of them went up. And I've seen a lot of self-confidence in kids that were even to the point of shy in class. They wouldn't speak up in front of a group of people, and they're beginning to come out of that.
When the governor's family moved here from India, when they moved the whole family, it was actually 6 members of the family, the mom and dad and 4 kids, so that's where the original 6 came from. Internally around the dinner table, that's what they call themselves, the original 6. So it's an old family name for the governors.
Before the governor was even in the House, she met with us to find out what difference can we make in the poverty communities of South Carolina. So not only in her tenure through our State House and then as our governor, now as our ambassador, she was representing those that she grew up with. Bamberg is one of our poorer counties. It's adjoined by Allendale, which is our youngest county, which is one of our poorest of all. She experienced what it was like to live in South Carolina and to grow up in those communities where hope was so valuable. So she led, very first thing she started doing was seeking out people who could tell her what difference can you make. And so I'm thrilled to see today she never wavered.
organization started several years ago with doing health fairs and different community events, and a couple years ago we had some refocus to see exactly how we could help the most. And what we found is the kids that don't learn how to read by about the 3rd or 4th grade get left behind. So we decided to focus on after-school reading programs. So we've been partnering with local communities to advance that cause.
I remember my first real memory of this group as Original Six was she held meetings with every community leader, and she would ask them, what do you need? What makes a difference in your community or your county? And she brought in the town officials from every town in those counties and every county official that would come, big crowds. And she did these things on boards to try to help them make choices about how can we help you.
The Original Six has really been a blessing, not only to our school culture, but this community as a whole, and we're pushing forward.
I guess maybe 2 years ago, I had come from middle school, and we had an after-school program, and I saw the benefits of that because I was working with that. And I really just would like to thank the donors that are helping this program from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much for helping these kids. Some of these kids have a struggle at home, nobody being there when they get home off the bus or when they walk home. So this has been a great outlet for them to improve their grades, to socialize and become better people. And we just really sincerely want to thank you.
We are very, very, very appreciative to have this program in our school. It is the first after-school program that we have been able to have in our school, and our students are thrilled with it, our parents are thrilled with it, and our teachers are thrilled with it.
People have talked a lot about what can we do to empower these rural communities, but this foundation is not talk, it's action oriented. It is committed to making South Carolina one South Carolina where all people have an opportunity to fulfill their needs, to fulfill their hopes, to fulfill their dreams.